The targeting of IS-controlled oil facilities in Syria is a double-edged sword that in the short term will affect the ability of the terrorist group to raise money, but will in the longer term have a profound impact on ordinary civilians. These are some of the major oil fields still controlled by the terror group in Iraq and Syria, and selling the fuel and oil products it refines in them is a major revenue stream for them, and one of the main factors that's made them almost certainly the world's richest militant organization. The US government estimates oil brings in around $500 million a year for Islamic State. One of the reasons why the US and the UK are bombing them now is because they are targets outside built-up areas. It means they can avoid civilian casualties, a key concern for the West.
We are doing this is the most precise air campaign in history. We are taking incredibly aggressive measures to make sure that we minimize any civilian casualties.
But the cost will not just be to IS's finances, it will also affect civilians deeply. One of the main reasons the US has not bombed oil installations for over a year is because the fuel and diesel they produce is used by ordinary Syrians for everything, from cooking, powering generators in hospitals and clinics, filling their cars so they can flee the battlefield. Everyone in Syria depends on this oil, even the regime of President Assad.
The oil fields controlled by ISIS produce the oil that is keeping the country running. The regime buys from it, the Kurds buy from it. This is oil that is used to keep the electricity going, to keep the local industry, what still runs, going.
The other unpalatable reality is that the money ISIS makes from oil is dwarfed by the almost $1 billion a year they make from effectively taxing and extorting money out of their own people. This is dressed up as alms or holy donations, which can range from hefty import tolls, rent for government buildings, and even fines for smoking or wearing the wrong clothes. And of course, they earn millions through kidnappings and the sale of looted antiquities.
ISIS is embedded in the territory there. They're embedded in the local populations. They have numerous ways of getting funding. Money racketeering, kidnapping, local taxes. Oil revenues is just one component of that.
So while airstrikes on their oil fields and refineries will create important pinpricks in their operation, it is the vast territory they control that is key to keeping them financed. And inevitably, this comes back to the elephant in the room, a credible, cohesive ground force to take IS lands and a negotiated transitional process that can end the civil war, the only things ultimately which can undermine IS.